Hi guys, Amy from frank&jaz here. Today we're going to go through how to place a US LRP order. So what are the reasons that you'd want to place a US LRP order? In a minute, when I switch over to the screen view, you'll be able to see an image of all of the products that are available in the US but not available in Australia. For me, some of these products are staple, like the Serenity sleep caps or soft gels. I use these every night. They are the one thing that helps turn my brain off, and without them, I can't sleep. So about every 3 months, I place a US order and stock up on all the things that I want from the US store. As more things are added to that, we will update that image on our Facebook group in the oil users group. So make sure you keep an eye out if anything comes out in conventions around the year, and we'll be able to let you know when and if those products will become available to us here in Australia. Things to remember are that your postage will cost more. So it's $13 to post from the US in US dollars. That works out with a current exchange rate to about 18 Australian dollars. And all prices that you will see on the page as you're filling your cart are still in US dollars. So they will need to be transferred to Australian dollar once you've purchased this. So it will show a different higher amount in your Australian bank account than it does on your US order form. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll switch around the screen so that you can see my screen, and I'll take you through exactly how to place that US order in place of an Australian LRP for the month.
Okay guys, so I've come to my doTERRA back office, so that's at doTERRA.myvoffice.com. This is where you need to come to log into the system. So just enter in your doTERRA ID and your password and click submit. This will take us through to our back office where we can do a lot of ordering. I'm sure you've been here before. So where we're going to focus today is on how to do a US product order, or a US LRP for that matter. So what we want to do is come over here to the right hand side where we can see this purple box over here. We can see right up the top that there's a blue dot in Australian products, and we can see scheduled LRP orders for Australia, and I've got one sitting there to auto ship on the 13th of the 3rd. So what I'm going to do today is do a US LRP order instead of my Australian one and delete my Australian order, so that way I've only got to do the one LRP for this month, and it's going to come from the US. So what I need to do is just click on this little dot next to the US products, and it swaps over to the US store. You won't see any changes on your screen aside from this little blue dot that's here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to create a new LRP order. So I come down here where it's got the greenish yellowish background and it says scheduled LRP orders, US products. So click here to create a new LRP order. This here will tell me that I'm shipping from the USA, as it's got the little American flag there, and then I pick the date where I want this to auto ship from. Okay, I'm going to pick the 12th because I want to make sure that my product comes so that I get the free product of the month, and any grayed out dates we can't pick. Okay, so I'm going to pick the 12th because that's the last date that I have available to me. So next I'm going to add products to my LRP. So it says I'm now creating an LRP template. And it's going to process on the 12th of the 3rd, and I've selected this to come from the US store. Now you can go through and do this as you normally would. You've got your essential oils, your wellness, your personal care, all of those things up there that you could normally go through and pick. What I'm going to show you though is to come over here to Facebook, and in the little search of our Oil Users Club, type in US only products, and this post should come up for you. So this has got the US products that are available to Australian residents or Australian clients from December 2018. So this has got all of last year's convention oils added to it, as well as anything else that we can get from the US store. So it's always worthwhile to have a look at this and just check what products you're getting, as when you order from the US store, remember that you're paying in US dollar and you're paying for US shipping. So if you want to get things like lavender, cheaper to buy them in the Australian store, the best way to go to the US store is for things that we can't get in Australia, or to buy your LLV. So I'll show you through that in a second. So if we come over here, I'll just close that tab now because we don't need that one open. So I'm in my US store, remember, and what I want to do is type in here the things that I want. So I'm going to get a Magnolia Touch, Magnolia Touch. So add that one to my cart. This is beautiful for calming and relaxing, great for your skin, and works beautifully as a perfume. I'm going to get the Tri-Ease soft gels. So these soft gels are fantastic. They are great for any seasonal threats or allergens that you may experience symptoms from. So it's a great blend of essential oils in there that are pre-made up already in your soft gel capsules. I'm going to get the On Guard mouthwash. We haven't tried this one before, so I'm very excited to be adding this one to my cart this month. So adding that one in. And the other thing that I want to get is the women's hormonal soft gels that you can get in the US store. So in the US store, you can get women's complex for bone care and as well as this hormonal care. So I'm going to try this month, just see if that helps me out regulate a little bit. I have been using my Clary Calm quite a bit, and I just feel that I'm moody a bit with my hormones, so I want to give this a bit of a go. I can take 1 capsule in the morning with food as needed, or else I can take 1 to 2 capsules daily if that helps me. So we'll give it a go, see what happens. That's all we can do with these things, is try them. They all work differently for different people. So one other thing a couple of other things I'm going to add in is in my DIY accessories. So up the header here, we can see DIY accessories. So click on that one there, and there are the accessories that we can now get sent from doTERRA. So what I'm going to do is actually add in 2 of these spray bottles, which makes 4. These are the fantastic ultra-fine continuous mist sprayers, which are great for my On Guard cleaner concentrate that I use for everything in my house. And I'm also going to get 4 of the pumps for the fractionated coconut oil. So these screw straight on top of your coconut oil bottles and means that I can pump it out instead of squirting it out, which I just find is far less messy using that. Now, if you're in the market for roller bottles, to get these from the US store, they've got the same top and roller balls as the touch bottles. So I find them far superior to anything I've been able to find on eBay or any of the other websites that we can get our accessory products from. So well worth it. If you're putting in a US order, grab yourself some roller bottles. None of the DIY accessories have any PV to it, so you're not going to earn any points, and you're not going to get any points added to your PV total. Okay, so and the last thing that I'm going to add is my Copaiba soft gels. So we can get the Copaiba oil in Australia, not the soft gels. I use these quite a bit to help with headaches and migraines that I get, and they also may help you to support your nervous system and your cardiovascular system, immune, digestive and respiratory system. So they're fantastic little soft gels. If you haven't heard much or looked into much about the Copaiba, please do so. We've had a lot of people asking us for the hemp oil recently, and now that we can get the Copaiba, which is far superior in my opinion and doesn't have the risk of having the hallucinogenic properties to it, it's a far safer oil to take. We know that they are therapeutic grade oils, unlike if you were to order hemp oil from a random site online. You don't know the quality or where it's coming from, but the Copaiba oil is amazing and exceptionally high quality. Okay, so now we go into our little box on the right hand side again. So we want to click here and click review cart. Now it's telling me purchasing limited time offers, and that it won't be saved for future processing. So what that is for the Copaiba soft gels. They're a one-time only because there's a limit on how many we can get and how often we can order them. Exactly the same as getting Copaiba oil in Australian store. They won't be saved to my LRP, and that's perfectly fine. So I can see here that my PV is 127, so that means that I'm going to get the free product of the month, and that will be the US free product of the month. I can see here that my subtotal is $202.50. Now that is US dollars. So please remember that this isn't Australian dollars. It's not converted. And if I wanted to use my points for any of these things, I could easily click here and select how many I wanted to get for my points. Okay, so we need to go up here, right up the top to where it says ship to, and I need to edit that and add that in because this is a new LRP. I need to add in my address. So it's telling me that it's shipping from the US. Perfect. My credit card details, my confirmation email is all there. So that's fantastic. Now, because I'm a sharer, I have an AR balance that's sitting here. So I'm going to use that to pay for my oils, which means that nothing's coming out of my pocket for it. So if you are a sharer of oils, or you want to build a business, or you'd like to have a bit of money sitting in there so that you're not spending your own, have a chat to one of us, and then you too can build up an AR balance. If not, you would just click continue like you normally would. Okay, it's having a think about it. So here we go, I can check my order. It's saying that it's shipping to me, billing to me, my email address. It's got all of my products on there, which is fantastic. Excellent, and we'll keep going down. So it's scheduled to process again on the 12th of the 4th, so that's for April, and you'll notice that the Copaiba soft gels aren't on there, because remember, they won't save. They are a one-time order, so that is perfectly fine, because I'm not ordering from the US next month. I'm going to order from Australia, and I'll take you through exactly how to switch back. So I'm going to click process order now, and it's going to go through for me. Beautiful. So thank you for placing your order. I can see here that I've got my auto ship number, that my order date's been today, that it's shipping to me, and these are all my products. So that is fantastic. So now what I do is just click back on shop, and we come back to our main page, our home screen. So as we can see now over here on the right hand side, I have my Australian order still sitting there, as well as my US LRP that I just put through. As you can see, after submitting it, the volume has dropped, and also the amount in the price has dropped. That's because the Copaiba soft gels are no longer on my order. Remember, they're a one-time order, so they don't save to your LRP, only for that order. So what I need to do now is delete my Australian order, because I don't want to be sent that on the 13th of the 3rd. So that's as simple as clicking on edit there, and all I do is just remove those items from my LRP by clicking these red crosses so that they're all gone. It'll bring me up a yellow screen when I go to cancel the last one to tell me that if I want to cancel the LRP, so my loyalty rewards program, I need to either call or chat with doTERRA online, or to keep it, I can add an item. What I want to do is I want to remove it. Yes, I want to continue. I'm not cancelling my LRP, I'm just removing my Australian order. So we can see at the top here that the requested LRP has been cancelled, and I still have my US LRP sitting here, which is scheduled for the 5th of the 4th now. So what I actually want to do now is redo my Australian LRP and then delete my US one, because I want to get ready for April, and I don't want to order from the US in April. I want to order back from the Australian store. So what I do is make sure that the blue dot is back on the Australian products, which it is, and then click create a new LRP. So it's exactly the same as what we just did for the US store. Okay, so select our shipping date. So I'm going to select the 8th of March, because that's the next, the latest date in April that I can pick at this stage. Remember, you can always come back in and change it later. So if I came back in on, say, the 27th of March, then I would have all of those April dates available to me to change this to. But at this point in time, all I want to do is change my date from March to April, so that my LRP will now come to me in April from this order. Okay, so once again, all I want to do is add my items back in. So let's put back in here an Aroma Touch again. Aroma Touch Essential Oil. I use this very regularly. I use this on my legs for my restless leg syndrome of a night time with some lavender peace. Let's also put in the Virage skincare kit. I love this skincare kit. It's one of my regular orders, and it's an amazing price for the product that it is. And what else should we? A Digest Zen. Let's get ready for winter coming. I use the Digest Zen Touch on my sinuses to help when I have sinus infections or ear infections. So let's add that one to my cart as well. So then if we click on review cart down the bottom here on the right hand side, it will bring up my order. So I can see here I've got a PV of 127, so that's fantastic. It's greater than the 125 for me to get the free product of the month next month. It tells me that my dollar value is 166, so that's fantastic. Because we're redoing this LRP, I need to re-enter my ship to, so we go up to edit, ship to, and just click use our address that we had already in there. My credit card details are correct, my confirmation email is correct, and this is to auto ship on the 8th of the 4th, so that's fantastic. Now all I want to do is click Save Changes. That's great. So now we've got an Australian LRP back in here for the 8th of the 4th, and now I can cancel the US order. So just click back on the edit button there for the US order and do exactly the same as what we did before for the Australian one. Delete, remove all the items with the red crosses. Just get rid of all of those ones. And then it'll come up with the same yellow screen to say, do I want to cancel my program? I need to ring. But remember, I'm not cancelling my program. I'm just cancelling my US order. So click on yes. So now it says the requested LRP has been cancelled again. So my US order is now gone. My Australian LRP is back sitting up there to ship on the 8th of the 4th. So what we've done, although it seems a little bit messy, is remember that we've come in and I have got an Australian LRP sitting here. We've come over to the US store. I've then created an LRP in the US store and placed that order. I've then come out and cancelled my Australian order and redone my Australian order so that the date will change, because the date for the Australian order will not automatically flip over with the US order. Okay, so we have to delete the Australian order and then re-put it back in. Seems a little bit messy, but once you've done it a couple of times, it's really quite simple. Okay, and that's all we do. So now everything's set. I can check my past orders, so I can click back here to view your orders. If you haven't used that before, that's a really great thing to click on. That will show you all your previous orders that you've made, and you can check that the order that we've just done has just gone through. So if you're a little bit worried at all, don't delete your order until after you've received your email from doTERRA to say that it's been processed and it's ready to ship. And then you can always come back in and do this and change them back over again later. Okay, so you don't have to delete your US order and do all the Australian changeover on the same day like I just have. You can actually leave it and then come back in, as long as you do it before the Australian auto ship date. Otherwise, you'll end up with 2 orders being sent in the same month. Unless you want to do that, we're very happy and open for you to order as much as you absolutely want. But if that's not what you're wanting to do, then you've just got to remember to come back in and do that swap over of the orders. Then all we've got to do is just log out. So make sure that we log out of our account. And that's it.
So there you have it. We've gone through how to place a US LRP order, how to remove your Australian order so that you're just getting the one LRP order for the month, and then how to reinstate your Australian order and cancel that US LRP. If you have any trouble with this, sing out, let us know. Whoever enrolled you will be more than happy to help you to get your US order off the ground and get it to you from the US. If you have any other issues that you can't contact us about or can't resolve, always ring customer service. They're wonderful. They're really quick to answer the phone, and they're really good at being able to help us out with our orders too. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching and happy ordering. Bye.